Payne brought his crew down to the mall. He said Oko wouldn't let Percy in the pool and she wasn't happy. So he decided to bring everyone to the mall for dinner. His fan club president, John Derry, was in town from Boston. Earl said he wore the Canada suit so nobody would mistake him for an American. Let's listen in and see what they're up to. Earl asked, "Everybody wants to stick electricity into the grid. What exactly is the grid, Alex?" Payne said, "Okeo says the grid runs on the internet, but she isn't usually right. Fill the grid full of gas, call it electricity. Feed it to the grid with simple consistency. Fill the grid full of gas, call it electricity. It's really just a matter of simplicity. Fill the grid full of gas, call it electricity. Oh, I just love the simple cyclicity. Feed it to the grid, send it off to Carson City." Alex said, "That's actually a good example, Payne. The term hydro is generally applied to electrical power. The hydro grid is an interconnected network for electricity delivery around the world to reach the final consumer. Operators manage the flow of power in real time to keep supply and demand balanced. There's no single global hydro grid or unified worldwide electricity network. Maybe the AI will suggest humans get along better and unify their network. Boom! 20% discount for users or 40% profit for the owners." The electricity entering the grid comes from many places. Large utilities generate most of it. Independent companies add electricity to the grid. In Ontario, Alex continued, nuclear power supplies almost half the electricity. Hydroelectric dams produce about another quarter, while natural gas, wind, solar, and bioenergy each contribute smaller amounts. Power stations create electricity using water, uranium, coal, natural gas, wind, sunlight, and biomass. High-voltage transmission lines carry it hundreds of kilometers before transformers step the voltage down for homes and businesses. Provinces even trade electricity. Ontario buys and sells with Quebec. Electricity can also flow across the border into the United States whenever the transmission lines and market conditions allow. Fill the grid full of gas, call it electricity. Feed it to the grid with simple consistency. Fill the grid full of gas, call it electricity. It's really just a matter of simplicity. Fill the grid full of gas, call it electricity. Oh, I just love the simple cyclicity. Feed it to the grid, send it off to Carson City. John Derry had been listening carefully. "So who actually puts electricity into the grid?" Alex replied. "More than half of the world's electricity still comes from fossil fuels. Coal produces roughly a third, natural gas about a fifth, oil contributes a much smaller amount. The rest comes from hydro, nuclear, wind, solar, and other renewable sources." Earl scratched his head. "So how much fuel does it take to make 1 kilowatt hour?" Alex answered, "Roughly speaking, just over a pound of coal. About 7.5 cubic feet of natural gas, or around 1/3 of a liter of oil. Different power stations are more or less efficient, but those numbers give you the general idea." Alex continued, "That's what creates the electricity. Wind turns turbine blades. Solar panels convert sunlight directly into electricity. Bioenergy burns organic material to create steam that spins turbines. Every home, every business, every factory draws electricity from the same shared grid. Once electricity is fed into the network, everyone connected shares from that common pool." Earl asked, "If everybody puts electricity into the grid, who gets paid? And how much?" Alex smiled. "That's a good question for later. Oko's buying a new bathing suit and Percy isn't going to be happy when we get home." Payne looked over at Big Guy. "Hey, Big Guy, can you drive my dog over to daycare? He'll be running a little late, getting back from his massage." Fill the grid full of gas, call it electricity. Feed it to the grid with simple consistency. Fill the grid full of gas, call it electricity. It's really just a matter of simplicity. Fill the grid full of gas, call it electricity. Oh, I just love the simple cyclicity. Feed it to the grid, send it off to Carson City.